and developments from Arsenal as well this morning. What can you tell us about that?
All right, welcome back for another deep dive. We're going to be talking about something that I know a lot of you guys are really interested in. We're going to be talking about some transfer rumors.
Oh, yeah.
You sent over some articles about this guy, Viktor Gyökeres, over at Sporting CP.
I know him.
And there's some chatter that Arsenal might be interested in bringing him on. So what do we think? Is he the real deal?
He's an interesting player. The numbers are there. Like, he scored 66 goals in 67 games. Like, that's unheard of.
Right.
You don't see that, even with, like, the greats.
Like, who comes to mind for you?
I mean, you got to go back and look at, like, Gerd Mueller.
Okay.
Maybe even, like, a Romario or something like that.
Those are some big names.
Big names. And even they didn't have a scoring rate like that. Like, that's just unheard of.
So what makes him so good?
So, I mean, he can score in a variety of ways, right? He's got a powerful shot, good positioning in the box.
Okay.
And he's strong in the air for his height. Like, he wins a lot of headers, which you wouldn't necessarily expect. He's not just like a poacher either, right?
So he's well-rounded?
He can create his own chances. He can take players on.
Yeah, so you think he lives up to the hype then? He's not just a flash in the pan?
I think he's a real talent. But the Premier League is a different beast.
Right.
We'll have to see if he can adapt.
Yeah. And one of the biggest things that always comes up with these potential transfers is the money.
Yeah.
We're talking 100 million billion release clause.
That's a lot of dough.
It is, but it sounds like Arsenal's trying to work out a deal. I saw somewhere around 63 million pounds.
So what a release clause does is basically give the selling club a lot of power.
Okay.
It's like they're saying, hey, this is the price. If you want this player, you got to pay this much.
Yeah.
So it really sets the bar high for any negotiations.
Yeah, and it makes sense that Sporting CP would do that. I mean, if he really is as good as the hype is, and you've seen him play, you're saying he's the real deal. Like, you don't want to let him go for anything less than what he's worth.
No, you don't want to let him go for cheap.
Exactly.
And especially with other teams sniffing around.
Yeah.
You know, Manchester United, I heard they're interested.
Okay.
Chelsea might be as well.
Wow.
So if Sporting CP knows that there are multiple teams interested, they're not going to budge on that price.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Premier League, right? There's so many teams that are all competing for the same players.
They all have money.
They all have money. They all want to win, and so how do those other teams fit into this? Like, I know we're focusing on Arsenal, but what about like Manchester United and Chelsea? What are their needs, and how does Gyökeres potentially fit into their plans?
So all three clubs are looking to strengthen their attack, but their needs are kind of different.
Okay.
Arsenal, they need like a consistent goal scorer.
All right, someone to lead the line.
Yeah. Manchester United, they need more depth. They've got some good attackers, but they could use more options.
Makes sense.
Chelsea, they're kind of in a rebuilding phase right now. They could use a player like Gyökeres to really build their attack around.
Oh, wow. So like a cornerstone player.
Exactly. So the competition from those other clubs is only going to drive the price up.
Makes you wonder what Arsenal should do then. If they're serious about signing him, are they willing to pay that much?
Yeah. I mean, if I were in Arsenal's manager's shoes, I think it'd be a tough call. He could be the missing piece.
Right.
He could bring them the goals they need to challenge for the title. But it's a lot of money. You could maybe sign 2 or 3 other players with that.
Yeah. And it could disrupt the team's chemistry.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, what about those younger players that Arsenal's got coming up?
Right. What about them?
If you bring in Gyökeres, does that mean less playing time for them?
That's a good point.
There are definitely a lot of things to consider.
Yeah, and we haven't even touched on like the whole adapting to the Premier League thing.
Right, he's never played in England before.
It's fast.
It's a different game, it's physical.
Yeah.
So who knows if he'll be able to replicate that form.
That's what makes the transfer window so exciting though, right?
Gamble.
It's a gamble. You never know what you're going to get. But I think it would be pretty amazing to see Gyökeres in the Premier League.
I agree.
So what do you think? What should Arsenal do? Should they go all in?
I don't know. It's a tough call.
Yeah.
But I think it's a question that all Arsenal fans are going to be asking themselves over the next few weeks.
Exactly. So we want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Should Arsenal break the bank for Gyökeres? Let us know in the comments. And until next time, enjoy the rest of the transfer window. There's sure to be plenty more drama to come.
Always is.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See ya.